The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, I'm Rex Litter with the news. In this edition, concerns raised over PNG's non-compliance, IBSU founder honored for Nation building, and Kumul's coach eyes top coaching role. Non-compliance with some requirements from the Financial Action Task Force by PNG has again placed Papua New Guinea on its list of jurisdiction under increased monitoring, commonly referred to as the Grey List. Executive Director of the Institute of National Affairs, Paul Bakker, revealed to this newsroom this afternoon. Bakker said after being put on the Grey List in 2014, PNG never implemented most of the requirements set by FATF, which again led to PNG's grey listing.
Last few days I was just observing
Papua New Guinea's ongoing non-compliance with certain requirements set forth by the Financial Action Task Force or FATF has led to its re-inclusion on the list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring, commonly known as the Grey List. Executive Director of the Institute of National Affairs, Paul Bakker, has noted that after initially being placed on the Grey List in 2014, PNG failed to implement many of the FATF's recommendations. This lack of progress in addressing key anti-money laundering and counter-terrorism financing measures has resulted in the country being once again marked for increased scrutiny.
Because we've known that we're not really compliant, because the requirements that they have are several years of actual effective implementation, because we know that we were going to really come onto the grey list this year, there has been a fair amount of preparation. So the banks have already installed more rigorous systems, working with FASU. They've employed a lot more staff who are monitoring their transactions, and they're policing their transactions. So over the last few years, you'll see a lot more paperwork, a lot more requirements, and sometimes delays, and sometimes rejections of transactions if they haven't been compliant. That is frustrating, and it obviously does put up the put delays in, and sometimes adds to the cost of doing business. So some of that is already happening even before we're grey listed, because we're trying to prepare and to be more compliant. So you won't see a meteoric sort of change. You will just see further tightening of the systems.
Bakker says the implications of being on the grey list can affect PNG's international financial standing and its ability to attract investment, highlighting the urgency for the government to take substantive action to meet FATF requirements.
It will cause investors. They all want to know that, if you invest from outside, you want to know that you can bring money in, and you can, in due course, take money out from profits or to be able to pay your costs. If it's going to be a major handicap, that will deter investors or reduce the number of potential investors. That will have a hazard. But many of them, the long-established companies that are already operating here, will be aware of that, and they will have put in place systems.
On Friday, February 13, 2026, the Financial Action Task Force formally placed Papua New Guinea on its list of jurisdictions under increased monitoring, commonly referred to as the Grey List, following the FATF plenary held in Mexico City. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
The Institute of National Affairs has warned of money laundering likely to be involved when the proposed casino opens in Port Moresby. Baka said that with money laundering being one of the main focuses that puts the country on the grey list, and more security emphasis must be put in place.
Paul Baka, the executive director of the Institute of National Affairs, has raised significant concerns regarding the potential for money laundering associated with the upcoming casino in Port Moresby. He highlighted that money laundering is a primary issue contributing to Papua New Guinea's placement on the Financial Action Task Force Grey List. Baka emphasizes the need for stringent security measures to monitor and scrutinize financial activities once the casino begins operations to mitigate risk associated with illicit financial activities.
We have to be careful with that casino downtown because we know that casinos are a way, and not just casinos, you've got the pokies and all these other mechanisms which are a way to launder money. So you get money which is hot money, which you've claimed illegally and you go into the casino, or you put it into land and then you say okay, now it's legitimate. Come out of the casino, oh, I've just won a lot of money and therefore it's all legitimate. Well, actually it was hot money in the first place. But these are mechanisms and they do have to be watched closely.
Baka further calls for enhanced oversight as it is crucial in ensuring that the casino does not become a conduit for money laundering, thereby protecting the integrity of the country's financial system and improving its standing with international regulatory bodies.
We have to be very, very careful to ensure that we don't become a centre for those using facilities, casinos and other related mechanisms, because that would make it worse and harder for us to apply the rules that FATF are applying, which is there to, as I say, to safeguard not just PNG, but to safeguard the global financial systems, because you want to make sure that there are not weak industries, weak businesses, or weak countries which are not policing anti-money laundering and narcotics, guns rules, and we need to make sure that PNG is not a weak link, because if they see weak links, then you become a destination for drug trading, for other trafficking of funds from illicit sources. So it's important that PNG demonstrates that it's not going to be a conduit for that.
Freddie Moe, TVWAN News.
Leader of the opposition, James Nomane, has highlighted the broader economic implications grey listing can have on everyday Papua New Guineans. He said grey listing can have significant repercussions for the country that is heavily reliant on imports.
Speaker, there is...
While the Treasurer and the government downplays the impacts of grey listing, Leader of Opposition and Member for Tuave, James Nomane, is concerned about how this is going to affect ordinary citizens rather than what he describes as powerful figures in Waigani, highlighting a critical divide in how economic policies and their consequences are perceived across different layers of society. He said for many everyday Papua New Guineans, the impact of grey listing could manifest in several ways, including cost of living increases, access to financial services, economic stability, and public services reputational damage.
Grey listing is rarely about a single missed reform. It reflects a pattern of delayed compliance and weak implementation over time. PNG previously exited grey listing roughly 9 years ago. That period should have been used to institutionalize reforms, strengthen supervision, build prosecution capacity, and embed asset recovery systems. Instead, the 2024 Mutual Evaluation Report again identified serious effectiveness gaps with limited laundering prosecutions, insufficient confiscations, weak risk-based supervision, and coordination shortfalls. These were not new discoveries. There were recurring deficiencies discussed across multiple FATF plenaries and regional reviews.
He emphasized the necessity for a more inclusive approach in addressing financial and systemic issues that ultimately affect all citizens, particularly the vulnerable segments of the population. He said addressing such challenges will require concerted efforts from all sectors of society, including political leadership, to create a more sustainable and equitable environment for everyone in the country.
We are fragile right now. The higher risk premiums increasing borrowing costs further, adding pressure to already strained fiscal space. Inflation risks rise as foreign exchange becomes tighter and transaction costs increase. For the average citizen, this translates into higher cost of goods and services and public service. Food, fuel, medicine, school fees, and essential goods, all the prices will go up. And wages will remain the same. The people will feel the pinch. When reform warnings are issued repeatedly over nearly a decade and remain uncorrected, it is simply reckless to dismiss grey listing as a short-term effect.
However, Prime Minister James Marape has declared his government's acceptance of grey listing, committing to address all outstanding recommendations to strengthen Papua New Guinea's economic security and integrity.
I want to give assurance to the country that you would have seen not just PNG got onto the list, Q8 I think this time around, and that's part of the process that is running. There are many other countries also in the grey list. Some have taken so long to get out. We've got out of grey list in 2015. We got into the grey list thereabouts. We've got out earlier. We now been placed back on a grey list, especially with the spotlight on money laundering, and in time, possibly 1 or 2 years. And I've given all state agencies within 1 year to finalize on activities that needs to be done, the 8 or 9 points as observed that we must do.
Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
One of Papua New Guinea's education pioneers and IBS University founder, Sir Mike Nades, celebrated his 80th birthday on Saturday, reflecting on his 4-decade journey of building tertiary pathways in Papua New Guinea. He dedicated his life to building human resources in the country, establishing the then Institute of Business Studies, now IBS University, as a way to invest in education.
Thank you.
The 80th birthday of Sir Mike Nades was marked by a grand celebration attended by prominent Papua New Guineans, including Prime Minister James Marape and Governor-General His Excellency Sir Bob Dadai. The event highlighted the remarkable life and legacy of Sir Mike, a man who dedicated his life to the service and development of Papua New Guinea through education and the sport of cricket. He reflected on his journey to PNG in the 1970s, his eventual citizenship in 1989, and the decades of national service that followed. Sir Mike originally worked as an accountant before shifting his career toward what he described as a personal calling, educating Papua New Guinean students. This calling led to the establishment of IBSU, an institution that has since shaped thousands of young professionals. He acknowledged national leaders including Governor-General Sir Bob Dadai, Prime Minister James Marape, and former Prime Minister Peter O'Neill for their support in advocating higher education initiatives across the country.
I gave away my accounting practice within 1 week, head office to Tenzing, lay branch to Tigani, Robal to Leo, and Mount Dragon to Mark, who is still practicing and here tonight. My heartfelt thanks to the others who passed on. Wives of Tenzing and Tigani are here tonight with us. I wish also like to take this opportunity to sincerely give my gratitude to the former DS Acting Secretary, Father Zan Zuba.
Prime Minister Marape commended Sir Mike Nades for his visionary leadership and his role in building education pathways that have strengthened the nation, especially as Papua New Guinea celebrates 50 years of independence.
At this 80th, thank you for choosing PNG to be your home. Thank you for giving a much part of your life, 50 plus years of your productive life, to the service of Papua New Guinea, and on behalf of every child today and every child into the future, on behalf of every person in our country, I want to thank you for your service to Papua New Guinea. May God bless you.
Governor General praised Sam Mike's immense contributions, noting that many of the country's senior accountants were mentored under his guidance. Despite what the future holds, Sam Mike Nade's legacy remains firmly etched in the development of education and sport in Papua New Guinea. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
The Teaching Service Commission is beaming with pride as it announces that 7 of its dedicated members have been honored with the 50th Anniversary King's Gold Medal. Their recognition serves as a powerful testament to the hard work and dedication that defines the Commission's service to educators and the country.
Approved by King Charles III to mark Papua New Guinea's Golden Jubilee, this prestigious recognition honors individuals who have provided profound service to the nation over the last 5 decades. The distinguished recipients from the TSC family are Paul Lapun, husband Rita Caro, Joseph Birana, Totobe Samilo, Jean Taviri, Ursula Miria, and Joseph Nigona. Sharing her gratitude during the ceremony, TSC Principal Advisor Industrial, husband Rita Caro, emphasized the importance of professional community and family support. She took the opportunity to thank all the officers who have mentored her to be a better public servant and colleagues who have contributed to building her to reach the pinnacle of her career, which resulted in this honor. She also extended her gratitude to her family for their support in building her career to what it is today. Paul Lapun, TSC Director of Provincial Matters, also reflected on the Commission's evolution, noting that while early systems were manual and unorganized, the TSC has successfully transitioned towards greater accountability. He highlighted how provincial offices have been transformed from simple administrative points into vital hubs for teacher deployment and welfare. Mr. Lapun said, looking towards the future, the TSC envisions a future-ready system where all teacher management is digitized and interconnected nationwide, allowing for predictive deployment guided by real-time data. The vision includes transforming provincial offices into professional service hubs that ensure rural provinces receive the same quality of service as urban centers. By institutionalizing leadership pipelines and enabling real-time policy monitoring, the Commission aims to remain resilient and focused on improving teacher welfare. This recognition is a testament to the fact that hard work and dedication always pay off. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's OneTalk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's OneTalk Wallet. PSP's OneTalk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
A reminder to the general public that the due date for post-PNG private letterbox renewals is fast approaching. These are the first quarter renewal rates for 2026. Owning a private letterbox is important for the following reasons. Renew your private letterbox by paying at your nearest post office or through mobile banking. Post PNG's BSP account number 1000-58789 and email your payment description, box location, and box number to the PLB inquiries team. Renew your letterbox now and avoid being forfeited. Contact us for more information.
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself? The one with the bright, confident smile? You've got to take pride in how good you look, how fresh your breath smells, and how great you feel. To boss it at work, to be your best for uni, or to catch the eye of that special someone. You've got to brush up your vibe with whiter, healthier, brighter teeth. Brush up for confidence with Colgate.
Support left and right. Stones on his way for Brisbane. Oh! This is an extraordinary try, and they're in front. Balogun, narrow angle, doesn't matter. 1-0 Monaco. Another great ball in. He has. Danny Olmo. They've got it in there. It's very good. Oh my goodness me. That is wonderful. Yama, the prince of European football. A royal finish.
Welcome back. Works to expand the Koki Fish Market has begun with the groundbreaking ceremony held yesterday. The expansion will see the inclusion of a new eatery, giving Port Moresby residents another choice with a waterfront view.
Leaders of Port Moresby held a groundbreaking ceremony yesterday to commence Phase 2 of the Koki Fish Market.
2 and 3.
Member for Moresby South, Justin Kuchenko, said once the 15 million kina project is complete, it will offer city residents another choice of eatery.
Impressions of the brand new Koki Fish Market Stage 2. It will have a 300-seat dining area with restaurants, with fish, fresh fruit, fish and seafood products for sale. It will also have all the facilities for you to come and sit down with your families and have a nice fish and chips and a cold drink and take in the nice breeze.
Kuchenko said it will increase the sales of seafood as the idea is to enable the public to come and buy fresh processed seafood and eat fresh seafood straight from the hook.
National Fisheries gave us 10 million. So this is the manifestation of the result of that 10 million. And CDC, under my leadership with the past city manager, they all support us and your member, and we have built this unique market here in Southside in our capital city.
City Manager Ravu Frank shared that the Koki Market assists vendors that come as far as Abao and Rigo District and Kariko District, including those from Gulf Province.
People from Central Province, all the way up to Hula, going up to Aroma, both Rigo, Coast and Abao Coast, of course stretching down towards the west, Hirikoyari, Kairuku, and of course I think it'd be only fair to also make mention of people from Gulf who also come and sell, I think their shells here in this market. So this is a wonderful project, and in the scheme of things, in the urban development plan, 2020 to 2030, the plan that's been approved by NCDC board, and also was given endorsed and blessed by the Prime Minister in 2020. And the plan calls for a livable, a productive, and a sustainable city.
The project is scheduled to be completed and open in June 2026. Jasmine Rojak, TVWAN News.
Furthermore, NCD Governor Powers Parkop stressed on the killing and selling of turtles at the Koki Fish Market, asking vendors not to capture and sell turtles. Stopping the sale and consumption of turtles is essential due to severe conservation threats, major public health risks and animal welfare concerns. With over 60% of the 356 turtle and tortoise species being endangered or threatened, their populations are crashing due to over-harvesting, poaching and illegal trade.
Don't sell turtle. We are going to ban sale of turtle. It's an endangered species. It's banned already. All our people from Hula, don't come here and sell turtle here. We've got to save turtle. They are unique species and we've got to protect them. At their back, they carry their time clock and month around at their back. If you study it scientifically, you will know that this turtle, they are unique species. They've got their calendar at their back. They've got their timeline at their back. They can go everywhere around the world, but they'll still come back to where they're given their mother gave birth to them on, whichever island or beach or Walaivele or whatever. You play it, sorry.
Miss Bird of Paradise Yampela Popena has returned home to a hero's welcome after her strong performance at the Miss Pacific Islands pageant, where she placed first runner-up and won the Miss Internet Award. The reception at Jackson's International Airport was organized by the National Capital District team.
Traditional singing and dancing welcomed the young queen as she arrived to cheers from supporters, family members and guests. The National Capital District team coordinated the colorful reception, with Governor Powers Parkop personally greeting Popena on arrival.
You went out there and did us proud, very proud, in your presentation, in your articulation, in all the things that you do to contest, be a viable, contestant, but importantly to show the best of PNG and show the best of women of our country, girls of our country. And as I said, you didn't get the title, but in our eyes, you are our champion, you are our queen. And you are more than a beauty queen. You're a smart woman, smart, ambassador of Papua New Guinea, and you made us proud. So I want to, on behalf of the city, that's where I got a mandate, so I want to congratulate you on behalf of our city.
Governor Parkop praised Popena for proudly representing Papua New Guinea and showcasing the nation's culture on the Pacific stage. Miss Bird of Paradise chairlady Anna Bice acknowledged the support shown by the public throughout the competition.
In Miss Yampela Popena is a testament that when our daughters in Papua New Guinea rise, the world takes notice. It takes commitment. If you believe that you can raise queens in your district to the province to here, you can see the impact of that right throughout the country. So what I can say is, at Miss Bird of Paradise, we are a leadership development program. We are not just a pageant. We are about developing the next generation of women leaders in this country.
Popena thanked her parents, the Miss Bird of Paradise organization, and Papua New Guineans nationwide for supporting her journey from the national stage to the regional pageant. A proud return for the young ambassador, celebrated not just for her placement, but for uniting the country in support. Carol Kidu Jr., TVWAN News.
Miss Bird of Paradise Yampela Popena says she is grateful for the overwhelming support from Papua New Guinea and abroad during her journey at the Miss Pacific Islands pageant. Speaking after she arrived at Jackson's International Airport, Popena thanked her family, the Miss Bird of Paradise team, and the public for standing behind her through the competition. Popena now looks forward to serving her people and carrying out her responsibilities as Miss Bird of Paradise.
It's different when you're in another country trying to show people what we are. People like Montapasin, we have character and charisma. Being on that stage, I'm not gonna lie, it scared me. But the support that you guys showed, winning Miss Internet, that's you guys. This is Papua New Guinea, supporting our girls, supporting our daughters, our sisters. We may have not won the crown on the Pacific Island pageant, but during the week we showed what Papua New Guinea is. This was all a teamwork. You see a young woman in front of you, but behind, the support is immense. There's a whole team behind me, and I'd like to say thank you to all of them for going out there and giving their best, and that we came first runner-up in the Pacific. We may have not won the crown, but we won the hearts of many people.
In finance news, the Kina closed unchanged at 0.2330 US dollars in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our Kina was buying 0.2255 US dollars, 0.3147 Australian dollars, 0.1821 euro, and 34.26 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold closed higher, coffee, cocoa, crude oil, and copper closed lower, and palm oil closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. You're watching TV1 News. After the break, library arrives and police on Summary Offences Act.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, PSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at PSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. PSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but met it in. Mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring that groove down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi bottle. Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi bottle.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
Long year 2024, 7 baby i born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby is susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bell mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV area, or time bell mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends.
Hello, son.
Anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, YumiPay makes every payment simple. Yumi Pay. Powered by TISA Bank.
For the first time, that new name is put up.
And they kick away from Payhas in the direction of Corey Jensen. To get the volley hard and it's a forward pass. You've never seen anything like it. Wow. Meister and Hughes reading this through. Oh, great tackle, man, around the ball. Great tackle, man, around the ball. He forces it out of Will Ulrich's grasp.
Thanks for staying with us. Coca-Cola Euro-Pacific Partners, PNG, has set a strong direction for 2026, focusing on growth, staff development and environmental sustainability. The company revealed its plans during its annual business conference held in Lae for the first time.
Senior managers from across the country gathered in Lae under the theme Further Together. The meeting brought together the company's top 40 leaders to review performance, align priorities, and prepare for the year ahead. Country manager Tim Solly said the annual conference plays an important role in ensuring leaders understand the company's plans across all departments, from commercial operations to supply chain and support services. Presentations were delivered by senior executives from across the Pacific region and PNG operations, covering finance, operations, people management, security, communications, and sustainability goals. Head of People and Culture Fred Daniels highlighted the company's focus on developing its workforce through training and capability building across sales teams and the supply chain operations. Environmental responsibility also remained a key priority. Head of Public Affairs, Communications and Sustainability Dorothy Bengo outlined ongoing efforts to reduce the company's carbon footprint, particularly through plastic bottle recovery programs operating in Port Moresby and Lae. In 2025, the company collected more than 29 million plastic bottles, which were processed and shipped offshore for recycling, maintaining its position as the only beverage manufacturer in PNG actively recycling PET bottles. Carol Kido Jr., TVWAN News.
Turning abroad, France has intercepted a third shipment of cocaine in a month near French Polynesia, bringing the total value of drug it has seized to $2.4 billion in 2026. Authorities seized the drug shipment last Thursday from a vessel during a joint operation with the United States. The drug haul followed a separate discovery of a suspected narco sub in Marshall Islands. Separately, Fiji police last month seized 2.64 tons of cocaine worth an estimated $780 million during an operation in the northwest of the country's largest island, Viti Levu. Experts warn that Pacific Islands are increasingly becoming stopping points for drugs bound for Australia and New Zealand. Hundreds of millions of people around the world are celebrating the beginning of the Lunar New Year Festival 2026 in the year of the fire wars in the Chinese zodiac, symbolizing energy, courage and momentum, and revelers in Adelaide joined in the action to welcome the new year in traditional style.
Delights children and adults alike.
This is for the purpose of bringing good luck, bringing wealth, bringing prosperity, almost like getting rid of the bad luck spirits in a way.
Adelaide Arcade, hundreds joined the celebration to usher in the Lunar New Year.
The year of the horse at least is a year of momentum, a year of once you start something, just believe in it, trust in it, and it will carry you all the way.
The event bringing colour and celebration to the historic site, one of many stops for the lion dancers today.
We started at 9 this
9.
morning, and then we'll finish probably at 9 tonight.
Yeah. Everyone joins in. We're a multicultural society and it's great to see everyone here and all having fun.
Visitors also received a lucky red envelope with a gold chocolate coin inside, an iteration of a Lunar New Year tradition where elders typically gift red packets of money to children and unmarried relatives as a token of good luck, blessings and prosperity for the year ahead.
You're actually meant to, for prosperity, give something to the lion itself. So quite often you give lettuce to the lion, but it's a bit messy, so envelopes are easier.
When you place it to the lions, it's almost like you're feeding the lions to give them energy to kind of bless you back.
Lunar New Year is celebrated in many Asian cultures, coinciding with the arrival of the northern spring.
If we start the new year with a vibrant, fresh and even sweet kind of energy, we expect that to carry on throughout the entire year.
And while Australians brace for autumn, the sentiments of a happy and successful year ahead are something everyone can get behind.
Racism is deeply embedded and systematic across Australia's 42 universities. That's the Saskatchewan assessment delivered by the Australian Human Rights Commission in its landmark Respect at Uni report. It found discrimination is having a profound impact on staff and students, with Jewish and Palestinian students and staff bearing the brunt of hostilities.
Lid on life on campus.
Racism is deeply embedded in our universities.
The findings of a landmark study by the Australian Human Rights Commission delivered a reckoning for the higher education sector.
Universities are great institutions, but they're not perfect. And Australia is not a racist country, but racism exists.
76,000 students and staff across the nation's 42 campuses detailed widespread, pervasive and systemic discrimination in all forms.
There are 1.4 million words of experiences that were shared with us. That is harrowing reading at times.
It happens, but you wave it off because you know you have people around you who support you.
Shows that change needs to happen, something needs to be done.
70% of respondents experienced indirect racism, with 15% directly impacted. Jewish and Palestinian students and staff face the highest rates of racism at more than 90%.
Only 6% of people who experienced it were willing to make a complaint, and that is a systemic issue.
The report shows that universities are more concerned about their reputation than actually addressing racism on campus.
The report makes 47 recommendations, including a national anti-racism plan and stronger complaint systems. The federal government says it's considering the findings.
This report tells us that we're not doing enough at the moment to stamp it out where we find it or to prevent it in the first place.
Universities Australia says it'll work with the government on reforms.
What we've seen so far is these voluntary policies, these one approach at one university, another, just is not working. We need a comprehensive approach
to make campuses safe for all.
Farmers in Queensland's North Bennett region are rejoicing as some areas received a month's worth of rain on the weekend. The downpour came at an ideal time, setting producers up for winter planting.
A full and paddocks green, a far cry from an enduring dry spell.
Well, this time last week it wasn't looking anything like this. It was starting to dry off.
Grazier Peter McNaughton received 120 millimetres over the weekend, making a huge difference to the amount of feed for his cattle and planting for the winter.
It sort of saved us just at the right time, really.
Delanal recorded more than 200 millimetres.
It kept coming down. We went, I don't think we need this much.
It was an anxious wait, with water creeping close to homes. Barney Hetherington was worried about his prized poultry, but now they're reaping the benefits.
They love it. We're not allowed to.
And that ends the news segment. Sports is next. Stay with us.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection. So my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
Ready for the world, so is your TISA Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new TISA Visa card.
In today's fast-moving world, visibility and presence is everything. But how do you make sure your brand or message stands out? You need a partner that offers a 360-degree advertising solution, covering every touchpoint, every platform, and every screen. From concept creation to media buying, from our own TV stations and website to premium content and powerful digital campaigns, from billboards to bulk SMS that reaches millions, and high-quality production that brings your vision to life. Wherever your audience is, Trend Media will place you in the spotlight. Call Trend Media now on 7222-0210 or email trendmediapng@digitalpacific.com. Trend Media, your 360-degree advertising and digital partner.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Hey retro lovers, get ready to take a trip down memory lane with the Retro Music Show. Every week we spin the greatest hits from the 60s, 70s, 80s and beyond. We've got your favorite retro tunes covered. So dust off those vinyls, turn up the volume and let the good times roll with the Retro Music Show, only on TVWAN, where the past sounds amazing.
In sports, formerly sacked South Sydney Rabbitohs head coach Jason Demetriou has revealed his interest in returning to the NRL, emerging as a top contender for the open PNG Chiefs head coach. After being appointed as head coach of the PNG Kumuls in 2024, Demetriou has shown passion for the side and is excited about the chance to lead them when they enter the NRL in 2028.
Jason Demetriou's NRL coaching career took off in 2022 after taking the reins from Wayne Bennett at South Sydney, where he delivered a prelim final campaign. However, things quickly soured as 2023 saw a mid-season slump, leading the team to miss the top 8. Demetriou was then sacked in early 2024 after the side lost 6 out of the first, left the Kumuls coach with unfinished business, and he is hopeful that a PNG Chiefs call-up could give him the chance to redeem himself. Demetriou reveals that it's an aspiration to get back into the NRL, as he was not content with how he finished. The PNG NRL Chiefs have been active in recent weeks, appointing Lorna McPherson as their inaugural CEO, and journalist Michael Chalmers is set to take on the general manager role. Chalmers' immediate task is to secure a head coach, the most important hires for the Chiefs. Although they are yet to recruit a coach or any players, there are a few names circling that could topple Dimitriou for the spot. A few Super League coaches have emerged as options, including PNG-born Lille Leopards coach Adrian Lam, former Eels coach and current Leeds Rhinos coach Brent Arthur, former NRL player and another current Super League coach Willie Peters is another name gaining a lot of buzz throughout the UK. South Sydney's Wayne Bennett has also been mentioned as a possibility alongside Panthers' Ivan Cleary. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
Former Papua New Guinea rugby league icon Marcus Bai has welcomed the change to state of origin eligibility rules. He says it would be good for the game and help grow rugby league internationally and give an opportunity to Pacific Islanders to play origin, including his son Cooper Bai, who is eligible to play for the Maroons. The PNG Chiefs board member Marcus Bai, when responding to rule changes in the origin eligibility, said the current rules limit players who have strong family ties to the Pacific, especially those who want to represent their heritage nations at the international level and play origin. He said the recent eligibility rule change would create more opportunities for players to play at the highest level in Australia while still being able to proudly represent their country of origin. Bai used his own family as an example, saying his son Cooper Bai would be eligible to play state of origin for Queensland in the future, but he should also be allowed to represent Papua New Guinea in the International Rugby League. And that is the beauty of the new rule change.
My kids are Queenslanders and it's good for them. It's good in terms of the experience. So say if my son Cooper is selected, it's good for Papua New Guinea because he's going to come back here and play for the Commonwealth at the end of the World Cup. If he gets selected 19 now to be 18th man, it's good for the country, it's good for us and family.
Bai further said, allowing players from the Pacific origin to play origin and represent their heritage at the international level would be a boost for the sport. It would help raise the profile of emerging rugby league players in the region.
So it makes that standard, it lift another standard. Other people won't like it, but to me, it is good for the other nations.
Bai said the Pacific has produced many talented players who have been denied the chance to play in the origin, and also denied those who played origin the opportunity to represent their heritage. Meanwhile, Bai said there are not many Papua New Guinean players playing in the NRL at the moment. He said Justin Olam was the last one to play. He wants to see many Papua New Guinea talents in the NRL and have a chance to play origin.
There's not too many. I can't see anyone homegrown up in NRL level. So Justin is the last one, isn't he? So it's good for us that when the boys later on when they come into the Chiefs and they are eligible for Queensland, then they bring the experience back to our local kids. So it is an exciting news for us in the Pacific as well, to be able to gain that experience and build our team with it.
Bai concluded that the rule change would strengthen rugby league's international pathway, inspire young players in PNG and the Pacific, and help the sport grow beyond Australia. Rex Litter, TV1 Sports. Prime Minister James Marape says the government has put in an additional 100 million kina in the 2026 budget for PNG Chiefs High Performance and Centre of Excellence that will be built at the current Bissini Softball Diamonds. This is in addition to the 100 million kina allocated last year. Pierre Marape said this at the opening of PNG Chiefs head office in Port Moresby yesterday and reiterated his government's commitment to the PNG Chiefs NRL franchise. Prime Minister James Marape was part of the PNG Chiefs head office opening at the Santos National Football Stadium yesterday and pledged his commitment to PNG Chiefs. He said the funding is part of the government's wider support plan for the new rugby league club. The Prime Minister said this will help the franchise develop strong system and meet the professional standards required in the NRL competition. He said the government will continue to support the PNG franchise and make sure it achieves its purpose.
And I'm happy that my government has put 100 million kina last year for the Centre of Excellence. This year we have another 100 million kina. Chair Lady, don't worry about money. Money will come for the records. Our government's putting down the money to show our commitment. The Australian government will reimburse this money post-2028.
The franchise is expected to bring national pride and create opportunities for young Papua New Guineans. The Prime Minister noted that the NRL will manage the PNG club during its infant stage before PNG takes over from them. Hence, most of the decisions on the PNG Chiefs' affairs will be made by NRL and the Australian Rugby League Commission.
We are fortunate that the team has a heavy link. The umbilical cord is not yet cut. And the umbilical cord is not linked to a sponsor elsewhere. It's linked directly to NRL itself. So I'm happy with this arrangement. They know running rugby league better than you and me know. We know from our semi-pro level and our domestic competition. They know it better. They still have strong attachment to us. And it's good.
The Prime Minister said this transition period is important to make sure the team becomes stable and successful in the long term. The PNG NRL franchise is expected to be one of the biggest suppliers of NRL talents, and the government will continue working with the NRL to ensure the Centre of Excellence eventuate, and the government will continue to work with the NRL to ensure the Centre of Excellence eventuate and live up to its expectations. The 2026 NRL Schools Academy competition for Year 7 and 8 is now scheduled for April 6, 7 and 8 in Port Moresby and Goroka, similar to last year's program. The inclusion of Enga and Gulf Academies this year has also boosted the number 2 and 8 team competition, adding new depth and vibe to the program this year.
PNG NRL Academy Operations Manager Raymond Aru said with 11 weeks left on their training schedule, there's positive feedback from the existing academies, including NGI, Ley, Goroka, Mount Hagen, NCD and Central. He said they have intensified their training by doubling up the days to keep up with the program schedule, with the same training manual being replicated across the 8 regions.
This season we've doubled up the training days. We've got also gone 22 weeks, so we've got a few more weeks left before we get into the competition phase of the academy, and most of our coaches are now preparing for the competition. So the training program is also aligned in that way that once we get to the competition phase, the training program also targets towards getting the academic kids prepared for the competition.
Aru indicated that due to time factor, they are also fast-tracking the training days to meet the timeline before competition starts in April.
Definitely what the coaches here are implementing is the same program that is being implemented right across the 8 regions in the academy, and the same training, the same program is being run nationwide. This is what we call the one house coaching philosophy at PNG RFL, and we're trying to roll that out in every academy. And so Joey is doing well with the program, and he's putting a lot of time, and we have good staff. The coaches, the trainers, they've really supportive of the program, and they've always stand up to take these kids.
After week 11, each category across the 8 academies will come up with 20 players for this year's competition in a similar format to last year's. Goroka will host Pool 2 games featuring Goroka, Ley, Hagen and Wabeg, while Port Moresby will play host to Pool 1, including NCD, Central, NGI and Gulf. He also gave a sneak preview of how the teams will stack up in their respective pools.
Year 7 and 8 will have their tournaments around April, on the 6, 7, and 8. And it will be the same like what we did last year, where we have the Pool A here in Mosby and the Pool B up in Goroka. And then the 2 winners from those regions will obviously play finals here in Mosby. The date is yet to be decided. Enga will now join in the pool up there in the Highlands, while Gulf will join NGI Central and NCD here in Pool A.
Furthermore, Aru said the competition for the female division, which includes Year 9 and Year 10 and Open Girls, will now become part of the NYC, with an official announcement to be made shortly. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
That's it for sports. Now the weather report. Southern Port Moresby, partly cloudy with chances of few showers in the evening. Alatau, clear skies to partly cloudy. Mamase, Lay, cloudy periods, then some showers with possible thunderstorms. Wewak, cloudy periods with some rain showers and thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Kavieng, partly cloudy with few showers. Buka, partly cloudy. And Highlands region, Moroka, Kundiawa, Bans, Nadi, Tari and Wabeg, cloudy periods with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with west to northerly winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, sea smooth to slight with east to northerly winds of 5 to 50 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth with north to northeasterly winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate with easterly winds of 10 to 20 knots. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Island, to Kerema, to Yule Island, to Hood Point to Samurai Island, and the waters of Samurai Island to Cape Vogel and Old Middle Bay Islands, seas 1 to 1.5 meters. Waters of New Island, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finsafen, and the waters of Finsafen through Whittier Strait to Siasi Long Island to Madang, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by